Welcome to Name Check. I'm Michael Riedel of the New York Post, and I am delighted to be joined today by two very, very fine actors. They are in a new movie called Love. It's a kind of a coming-of-age movie and sort of a buddy movie, too, I would say, right?
Yeah.
It stars very, very talented young actor who I think is going to make a big, big impression on this business, Michael Rainey. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
And he is with a veteran performer, a rapper, a fine actor as well, Common. Welcome to you both.
How you doing, Mike?
And sitting next to them is very cute Stephanie Smith, my colleague from Page 6. And Stephanie's brought a lot of gossip for us later, right?
I did.
Okay.
Tons.
Great.
Huge, big.
Now tell me, Michael, what is this movie about and what is the character you're playing in it?
Pretty much the movie's about Woody. He has to become a kind of like an adult in one day. And then it's all
Woody
this-
is your character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nephew of Common,
Yeah.
Vincent. But pretty much I have to become like an adult in one day. I have to
Is that
do
because you
all-
have to help
Yeah.
Vincent out, who's
Yes.
kind of behaving like a child a little bit, right? Or is not lost his bearings a bit?
Something like that. But I learned all this crazy stuff. Teaches me how to drive.
All right, put the seatbelt on. Move up close to the wheel. Come on, man. Man, move back, man. You look like your grandmother.
So, Common, what's it like working with a kid? Because, you know, W.C. Fields said, never work with children or animals. And you violated one of the great showbiz rules, because they're good. You know they're going to steal the scene right out from under you.
Yeah, they take it, but I love it. I love it because, you know, at the end of the day, Michael is he's just a special kid, like a really talented and good human being. And like, we can talk about things, you forget that he's like 11 and 12 years old, and then he does some things and you remember he's 11 and 12 years old. But it's real cool, and like, he reminded me of the child in me, like, to stay free. Like, you know, our children are free. Like we were just saying, you get the truth from the kids.
Yeah.
So it was like that.
Yeah.
It was that good partnership, and we could talk about music and everything.
Yeah. Well, of course, you've got a great music background, but now are you a rapper fan? Somebody told me hip-hop is more your sort of speed.
Yeah, like hip hop and like R&B.
R&B, right. Now, forgive my ignorance, but what's the difference between rapping and hip-hopping?
Well, rapping, I don't really know. Well, he would know.
I'll tell you, this is it.
Give me a crash course.
Like, hip-hop is a culture. Hip-hop is a culture that deals with, like, dancing, DJing, rapping,
Right.
graffiti.
Right.
And it actually spread out to fashion and different things like that. So rapping is just really like a subsidiary, if you would say, of the hip-hop culture. Is part of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, a number of rappers, such as yourself, have made the transition to becoming actors. Is being an actor something you started out wanting to do, or just by being a rapper, you are naturally a performer and you want to grow and expand that aspect of your talent?
Well, I definitely would have to say every rapper cannot act. That's like, it's acting. To be an actor, you have to be an actor, and if you want to be a great one, you have to be great at it. Hip hop really, for me, allowed me a chance to just be an artist and develop certain qualities within myself. And it did help me to be a performer and become, be able to be in front of people. But it really took me studying acting, and really I was always passionate about films and plays. And I loved, going to the movies. I love going to plays. So as I started, because I actually tried to play the piano for a second. I wasn't good at that. So it's like, once I really took to acting, I was like, hey, I can do this. It had to be something I felt I could be great at in the long run.
Right. Well, you have a friend of mine who's in the movie Love, who I think is one of the best stage actors, Charles Dutton.
Yes.
He's great. I mean, I've seen him in the 2 or 3 August Wilson plays over the years, and I remember him in The Piano Lesson, for which I think he won the Tony Award. I mean, that is a performance you will never, ever forget.
I'm looking forward to going to see The Piano Lesson. It's a new...
Absolutely. In fact, I think it's only playing one more week, but you should see it. Have you ever seen an August Wilson play? Oh, you've got, because you're, as an actor, you've got to see that, because someday you will grow into those kind of parts.
Yeah.
But this Piano Lesson is off Broadway right now, and I saw it 2 weeks ago. It is amazing production. You should really take him to see the Piano Lesson, Education in the Great American Theater.
That would be great. I will do that.
Okay. Now tell me, Michael, how did you're 11, 12 years old, how did you get so far so quickly?
Well, it was kind of like an accident. because my first movie was an Italian movie, and I was in an Italian music video by Tiziano Ferro. And
Oh, I like the good pronunciation. I'm impressed.
and the director of the movie, Un Altro Mondo, he saw the video, and he found some way to contact my mom, and we flew out to Italy for like 10 days, and then we came back. And we went back to Italy, and we were there for like 9 months filming the movie.
Wow. And you speak Italian. You learned Italian, didn't you?
Yes.
Now, do you study acting at all, or is you just natural? Just
No.
There's Common is working his butt off, acting lessons for 12 years, and this little guy breezes in and boom.
Breathes in and takes it. He just got it. Right? I saw him in the film that he did in Italy, and I was like asking, is this kid from Italy? Because I couldn't he was that fluent in his Italian at the time.
Yeah, yeah. You keep it up. Keep your Italian up.
Yes, I do Italian lessons.
Buongiorno. How's that?
Because since we came back from Italy, I kind of fell off. But now I do Italian lessons, so I can stay on track.
You watch those? He's a movie buff. You should watch those great old Fellini movies in
Yeah,
Italian.
the Fellini movies are great.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 or 8.5 rather. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Might be a little adult, but
Yeah.
you'll grow into the themes of it at some point. All right, guys, stick with us because Stephanie's here and she's going to give us a rundown on the hot gossip from page 6. So feel free to ask her any questions or chime in about any gossip that you want to add to her little rondelay of rumor. All right, Stephanie, what do you have for us?
Well, first, we're going to start with Naomi Campbell. Now, you know, she's the supermodel has been walking around photographed wearing a walking cast and in a wheelchair with this mysterious leg injury. People are wondering why. Well, we found out what happened. Unfortunately, she was attacked in Paris by some thugs who were trying to steal some expensive jewelry and a handbag from her, and in the melee, injured her leg in the attack. So afterwards, her billionaire Russian boyfriend, Vladimir Dorin, flew her back to the States to get care by some of the top doctors here, and ever since she has recovered and is doing fine. So, yeah, sad. But she hasn't
My
photographed.
billionaire Russian boyfriend has never done that for me.
That's
Flying me
tough,
around the
man.
world.
Yeah, but apparently the investigation is still ongoing, so hopefully we'll find out what happened.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe she was mugged by Gerard Depardieu on his way out of Paris to avoid paying the high taxes. Well, we hope Naomi Campbell gets better. And what else do you have for us?
So-
Some presidential Obama gossip, right?
Yeah, there's some chatter around the next inaugural celebrations, and blame the economy or blame the fact that there's just bigger pressing issues in the country right now. But it seems
Let's
that
blame the Republicans.
it seems that the celebrations this year will be a little more laid back than 4 years ago. Already the number of balls has been cut from 10 to 2 this year. And hotel rooms in D.C. that would have been filled up by now still have rooms available, and they're already cutting prices to get more people enticed to come out. Some political insiders are already worried about getting the amount of donors that they did in the past, and VIP packages, deals, incentives, special rates on the celebrations and the events around them are already being offered. And some of them are likening the sort of sales wheels and deals to the Home Shopping Network.
Oh my God. It's
I
really
know.
the end. It's the end, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the
man.
end. Go to Italy. Their political
Yeah.
system, as a mess as it is, seems to be better than ours, kid.
But I do have lighter news.
Yes.
There's some people who are, making bucks, but Nicki Minaj and Adam Levine are both going to be the latest celebrity sort of brands in big box retailers. So Nicki Minaj, the judge on American Idol, and Adam Levine's the judge on The Voice. They're going to pair up and they're signing big deals to launch their own brands in one of the Targets or Walmarts of the world.
Wow. I
Yeah.
have no idea who those people are, but
Well, Nicki Minaj is a very petite rapper, but known for her sort of like colorful hair, makeup. She was already a spokesperson for MAC Cosmetics, so the fashion thing for her makes sense. And then Adam Levine is known for his like tattoo, very rocker, jeans, t-shirt, and he has a very beautiful bachelor pad out in LA, which is also featured in
How
our
do you know
digest.
that stuff?
Because it was featured in Architectural Digest, and I saw
Yeah,
it.
good answer.
Yeah, that's
Stephanie
a,
was
Yeah.
on, she was out in California last week.
It was in the
Oh.
February issue last year. I was not there.
Yeah, you stick to that story, kid. Now, what's her name? Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj.
She was a rapper too. Do you know her?
No,
from
Yes.
she is still an artist, and she's a very talented actually rap artist. She
Yeah.
does her thing.
Really?
She's
You think
sort of
she
the
could be an
Lady
actress?
Gaga.
She said she went to school to study acting too, but she definitely takes on characters when she raps. Actually,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. You like her, don't you?
I don't really listen to her, but
But that's the thing. So how do you know Nicki Minaj? Do you know her more for her fashion sense or more for her actual music?
well, her music too, because like a lot of my friends like they go crazy over her.
Well, guys, we got to wrap it up, but let's leave talking a little bit more about Love, the movie. Common, what do you think? What do you think this movie is really about? What should people take away from this movie going to see it?
I think it's, first of all, it's a really compelling drama. It has a lot of heart to it, and it's something that will, when you watch it, you will get taken on a ride because you get into the characters, but then, you know, the movie doesn't go the way you hope it will, or maybe think it will. It goes to these different places. I think it's important because right now, what we have going on in America is so strong in the inner cities that a lot of violence has been happening, especially in my hometown, Chicago, and different places. And I think this movie opens the dialogue and makes you kind of think, how is some of this violence being perpetuated? And when you look at what my character does,
And he's just gotten out of jail, your
he's
character.
just gotten out of jail. He wants to do the right thing. He has a dream to do some good things and feed his family and also be with his ex-girlfriend and be a father figure to his nephew. But he didn't have the proper tools, so he ended up passing those tools on to his nephew, which is the wrong cycle. So the movie really brings that out in a very dramatic way.
And it takes place sort of 24 hours, right?
Yes, it's like a day. I mean, at one point I remember they referenced Training Day with the little kid. It's not that, but it's truly a one-day story, his coming-of-age story.
Yeah.
Well, you know, our director and writer, Sheldon Candace, he referenced the movie The Bicycle Thief.
Oh, that's a fabulous movie.
Yeah, I love
absolutely.
that. It was great. That was the film that he really wanted this film to, you know, be based upon that simple story of a man trying to get somewhere and like, you know, you know how important his relationship was with his son.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, it was that type of story.
Have you seen that movie, The Bicycle Thief? All right, we're gonna have movie night at my house.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do Fellini.
Netflix will be full.
We're gonna do all the great Italian realists, and that'll be your education. And I'm not gonna put on the subtitles just to test your Italian. All right, kid. All right. The movie is called Love, a very fine coming-of-age movie, tender. Violent, though, a little bit too,
Yes,
but a real look at how life is in the inner cities. And it stars fine actor Common and that up-and-coming Oscar-winning, I'm sure one day, Michael Rainey.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Smith, who
Yes.
checking out bachelor pads in L.A. when my back is turned. Thank you all for being my guests
Truth
on
comes
Nate
out.
Check.
I know. Thanks.
We'll see you next time on Nate Check. I'm Michael Reidel.